What's up? It is your guy, Mark my words. Coming back to you, bro, with just another installment. You understand? Another way we can get better. So today we're going to talk about weighing out the pros and cons of your partner, bro. Because you will have times that you don't know if you should keep working it out. You don't know if you should, break up or look elsewhere or even possibly cheat. That happens, right? So we're just going to talk about weighing out the pros and the cons, man. Seeing if you have a partner that's worthy of all your effort, right? And is going to be a good mate to help you get to where you want to be, okay? So if you like the info that I share in this post, bro, if you like the things that we talk about today, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel, bro. Turn the notifications on so that when new videos drop, you can get them before anybody else, all right? Also, if you do like the video, if you feel like the information was valuable, share it with somebody. So what we try to do as men, bro, is we try to help out our fellow man, okay? And if we get information that's going to help us in any area of life, health, finance, wealth, fatherhood, relationships, anything like that, if you have that information, you passing it on only helps the other guy. And remember, once you have the information, you have it. It doesn't matter if you give it to 800 people, bro. You still have it. You understand? So make sure you share the video if the information is valuable. All right? That's all I ask you to do. So, weighing out your pros and cons, bro. Now, a lot of us grew up, man. Those of us grew up in two-parent households. Some of us grew up in single-parent households, right? And so, those of us who grew up in single-parent households, we didn't necessarily have the influence of an older man who was in a committed relationship, okay? So those of you who had a father growing up the whole time you were your whole adolescence. So from the time you were born to the time you're 18, if you had a father in the home, or if you had older brothers, right? If you had both, you saw men operate in a committed relationship. You understand? So you started to take notes, whether or not you thought you were or not, whether or not you felt like you were watching what they did and emulating it. You did emulate that, right? You took certain things from what they did, how they operated, what they said, what they didn't do, all those things, okay? So there's a lot of us, though, who grew up in a household where maybe their parents separated at some point. So when they were 13, 14, 15 and started dating women, we didn't necessarily see a grown man and how he operated inside of a relationship. So when that is the case, bro, you're going off the cuff, right? You're working off a trial and error. You're just trying stuff. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I'll go back to the drawing board, right? So a lot of times that's what happens. Most of the time, that's what happens, actually, when you don't grow up with a male influence inside of your home. So when things get a little sticky and when things in a relationship get thick, you don't know exactly how to operate all the time because you did not see it, okay? Now, we're not talking about once you get grown and you work with grown men or you have neighbors and all that type of stuff, but we're talking about inside the home. Because inside the home is normally the first place that we see a male and female have conflict. You understand? In a romantic situation, conflict will happen. It could be conflict over what TV show they're watching, if they're going to turn the lights on or turn them off, if the air conditioner's up too high, if the windows should be open or not. It can small things. When you're in a household where you have two parents and you have a male and a female, you're able to see the conflict, how it gets resolved, how they move forward. If you don't have that, you're learning as you go. A lot of us learning as we go. So one of the main things that you see from a man who's in a long-term committed relationship is he has the choice to leave time and time and time again. I know a lot of us will look at our fathers and say, oh, he would never leave my mom. He thought about it, bro. He thought about it. There were times he thought about it, okay? And what he did was he weighed the pros and cons. What are the pros and cons? And let's be clear about something, bro. Every decision we make as men, we should be weighing the pros and cons. Are you going to go get ice cream tonight? Are you going to stay up late and watch the game? Are you going to wash your car today or tomorrow? You going to do yard work or are you going to go to the gym? Bro, you weigh the pros and cons all day long. You should be anyway, right? So in a relationship, it's not different. So if you have an older male that you're able to watch day in, day out, he was making those decisions as well. He wasn't telling you about it, okay? Where we find ourselves is that if we don't have the right guidance, we will leave certain situations that we should stay in, and we stay in certain situations that we should be leaving. And a lot of times that's because we do not weigh the pros and cons. So, bro, listen to me. People been doing this since they had ink and paper. You understand? You divide the sheet in half, you write pros at the top, cons at the top of the other column, and you get to writing them. And you know, something amazing happens when you start to put it on paper, because you can then visualize it, right? Because you could be, hey, bro, listen, your wife could have went shopping and spent too much money. And you're like, yo, I'm tired of her spending too much money. She do this all the time. She got my credit card ran up. I'm ready to leave her for somebody that doesn't do that. And that's a real thing. But when you weigh the pros and cons and you write them down and you start realizing, dang, she takes really good care of my kids. Man, I never have to worry about her cheating on me. Man, I come home late sometimes from being at the sports bar with the fellas, and she never bothers me about it. Man, she always washes the sheets and the blankets. Man, my house smells amazing. Man, she handles, you know, our vacations. You know, I don't have to think about it. I just pay for it. It's done. And on that other side, yeah, she spends a little bit too much when she goes shopping sometimes, bro. But when you write it down, the pros outweigh the cons. You understand? Now, there's a lot of you in reverse situations. And this would help you too make a decision, because, man, there are several guys that cannot get out of the way of their relationship, meaning they cannot get to that next step. They cannot get to that next level because they're in a relationship that is not serving them anymore. They're staying for the kids. They're staying for, oh, we have investments together. They're staying because they've been there for 20 years. Their families know each other. All these things, but they can't get to the next level. And if that guy, and if you are that guy, if you were the type to write down the pros and cons of being in this relationship, you would see clear as day that it is time to leave. It's time to leave. Numbers don't lie to you, bro. Numbers don't lie to you. I done tried to prove numbers wrong a bunch of times, my man, and it ain't work. It ain't work. The numbers is not gonna lie to you. If you have 100 pros and you only got 20 cons, bro, you're in a pretty good situation. If you got 100 cons and you got 20 pros, you're in a bad situation. And I'm gonna be honest, we done all been in that situation where all we could say about her was what her body looked like. Huh? What she look like naked? What she do with her mouth? You understand me? It's a lot of times we was in them situations, and there wasn't too much other good we could say about the chick other than, you know, inside the bedroom. Well, you ain't gonna be inside the bedroom about an hour a day. If that. Y'all ain't gonna get busy every day. So if that's all you can say about her, that's not a good candidate for a relationship. Let's be clear. Bruh, pros and cons. And I would say, I'm gonna say that most of you who are watching this video, if you take the time to write down some pros and cons about your partner or your lady, man, you'll see that you're in a pretty good situation. I find that most of the guys I work with, they're underappreciative of their situation. You understand? Because they're looking at other people's situations and they're judging their situation off of what they see on Instagram or what they see with their neighbors or coworkers. And just what they just don't understand is that guy or that person that's posting, they only show you the good stuff. They only show you the good stuff. So their wife might look amazing, and she might work out, and she might be very sexual. But bro, she might snore in her sleep. She might not clean the kitchen too well. She might have 4 cousins that are always calling you guys for money. She might go on girls trips too much, huh? She might not be that trustworthy. She might have bad money management skills. You understand? So I urge you, bro, to take some time and write down some pros and cons and take it a step further. See, when you have that list, right, make it a running list. So most of you have a notes app in your phone, right, where you can write notes. So you put the pros and cons in there however you want to design it, but you add to the list as time goes on, because when you sit down, you know, at just a specific time, it's going to be hard to get everything down at once. But when you continue to add to that list, and you start to see, damn, Shorty up 75-2 on the pros and the cons. Now, I understand that the 4 or 5 cons might be loud. They might be something that just irritate the shit out you. I understand that. But man, when you do the math, bro, when you do the math, I'm going to say most of you guys are in a good situation. And listen, for the guys who realize that if it's 50-50, bro, it's time to go. I'm going to tell you right now, if it's 50-50, if you write down 50 pros about your relationship and you got 50 negatives, bro, it's time to go. That's too close. If you're with the right woman, it should be a landslide on the side of pros. It's just that what I think we get used to all the positive things that a woman does, and so we take it for granted and we just take it as the norm. But bro, let me tell you something. Your woman gets a shower before she gets into bed every night. Do you know how many women don't do that? Huh? You know how many women are a Tasmanian devil the whole 7 days they have a cycle? Huh? That's 1 week out the month. You know how many women don't answer their phone when they go out for a girls' night? Meanwhile, your lady goes out on a girls' night and you get tired of her texting you too much. Like, yo, why you went out just to be texting me? John, please leave me alone. But understand that some people have the opposite. So make sure that you get a running list together. What it's going to do is constantly enable you to assess the worth or the value of this woman. Bro, listen to me. We got to assess the worth and the value, because why would we be in this situation with somebody that we can't determine the worth and the value? It's too much time, it's too much energy, it's too many resources you have to put into this person. The value, bro, listen, we should never be spending a lot of time, putting a lot of resources, money, energy into anything that does not fit our situation and benefit us. And that doesn't mean you're taking advantage of the person, bro. But you should be able to, if anybody asks you, hey, yo, what do you like the most about your chick? Oh, where do I start? You know, I'm going to just list about 20 things for you, bro, because I don't even know where to start. That's how much I value her. You understand? It ain't about how much you like her. You ain't going to like her all the time, bro. You ain't going to like her all the time. But she should have value. You could have a Bentley, my nigga. The value could be $350,000. But you might not like the fact that you can't fit 7 people in it because it's a 2-seater. You understand? But the value is still the value. We got to write down these pros and cons about this woman that we with, or that we're thinking about. Should I get engaged? Should I pursue her on a long-term basis? Oh, she's out of town, so should I make more time to see her? Pros and cons, my boy. And if you having trouble in that pros section, the positives, that's letting you know what it is. I'm telling you, it's not going to be 50-50. If it ends up 50-50, she's the wrong person. Them pros got to way outweigh the cons, homie. But we have to be honest and be truthful and list the small things. We will take for granted the fact that she keeps the bathroom clean. We'll take for granted the fact that she gets the kids up at the same time every single day and they never miss the bus. Their lunch is always packed. Family, come on. That's a plus. You know what I'm saying? Write down your pros and cons, bro. A lot of times you'll be able to figure out if you're in the right situation or not, if you're just spinning your wheels. And in life, the partner you choose is going to be the most important long-term investment that you make. Do not let these people keep talking to you about money and career. You can change your money. You can change your career. When you change your career, your money can change. It's a lot of dudes still paying alimony and child supports and dealing with mental trauma from a bad relationship they was in, fam. And they stayed too long. You don't want to be that guy. Now, you might be that guy, right? And you might be having trouble in this relationship area. Either you're in a long-term relationship that's going bad, or you're trying to figure out how you can get into one, and it seems like you're just spinning your wheels. You're not doing too well. You're picking the wrong people. The right people seem to not pick you, and you might need some one-on-one attention if you are that guy. Please go down in the description, book a call with me, bro. We'll get on the line. We'll see if we need to establish a relationship to help you get to a point where you can choose the right mate, because, bro, you are going to be 30 times better, 100 times better in a great relationship. Now, I might not be the guy you need. I might talk to you and figure out that, bro, you just need a nutritionist and you need to get in shape. You need a trainer. Oh, bro, you got some issues, like you need to go to therapy for about 6 months and then come back to me for a little bit of dating advice, perhaps, and we get you in. If that is the case, bro, I will help you connect with some people either online or some people in your area that can help you get to the point you need to get. So go down in the description, book a call with me, bro. Listen, we are better men by a landslide when we're in a great, healthy relationship. That's it, and that's all. You could be a great man without a partner, but, bro, you're 10 times greater with one in a healthy relationship. All right? So make sure we keep that in track. Make sure you guys share this episode with somebody who can take some value from this. We got to be our brother's keeper. And what that means is I got your back, homie. I'm sharing information. I give a damn about your health. I give a damn about your mental health. I want to see you win. Bro, if you send a dude once a week, you send him a podcast, a video, or a meme, something positive that he can learn from. That's 52 times in a year. If he applies some of it, he's going to get better as a man. It takes you 5 seconds. So share the video, bro. I appreciate you. I always value you guys spending your time with me, because your time is valuable and so is mine. So I hope I see you on the flip side, the next video. It is your guy. Mark my words.